Today marks officially the last heavy workout before my competition. I'm to work with 92% for a triple and then 93% for a triple on deadlifts. Both are going to be 3 rep all-time PRs. So very, very excited to go in and get it done. Feeling very nervous, but feeling very confident, very pumped up. And this is my last chance to do it. Still obviously will be working out later on the week and have my taper next week. This is the last chance to hit some PRs. So yeah, just cannot wait to get in. And one thing I've kind of found is that on these kind of days, I really do struggle to eat food and keep food down just due to the nerves. So I've got a big bag of Powerades, and that allows me to get some food into me, well, not food, but some calories into me while being quite light on my stomach, which I feel tends to have kind of the best possible outcome for energy wise. Right, so we just got a package through the post. It should be, if it's what I think it is, it should be my new lever because my old lever smashed, and then should also be my blocks of chalk for the garage, and then also a few blocks of chalk to take to my competition. Got next day delivery, so should be this. If it's not this, then I do not have a clue what it is. So let's get this open. Try not to cut my finger off. So this is the new lever that I ordered. I bought this from Strength Shop. My old lever actually smashed. I was benching and this one of these pinged off here. It just smashed off, and I don't want to be going into a competition with a faulty lever, as the last thing I want to do is for the other one to ping off. Since using this belt, this has actually been the progression. When I started my diet, I had it here, and I've managed to progress it all the way to here. I can also get it to here. I did try doing it in the last notch with bench press, but I feel that it actually is overly tight and actually restricts my arch. So I found that this is the most optimal place to allow me to get to create the biggest arch and maintain the biggest arch. But that is quite good, as I'm down from here all the way to here. So that is, it's quite good to actually look at it that way. So that's how much I've taken off my waist with this 8 kilo loss. That's the kit laid out for deadlifts. Got deadlift socks, my singlet, my t-shirt and my pants, and it's go time. Overall, I was extremely happy with how today's workout went and was just very, very happy with it. Like you obviously saw earlier on in the video, on these types of days I really tend to struggle eating any forms of foods, as I just feel that with all the kind of emotions that are going on with my body, I tend to be very anxious on these days, but then also extremely excited, and also feeling very aggressive, but then also feeling very nervous. There's just so many emotions going on in my body, and I really struggle to eat food. I really tend to go through the whole day having absolutely zero appetite, zero kind of want for food, and when I do eat food I tend to struggle to keep it down, so I tend to actually either vomit it back up or just feel like I'm going to, and then when I go into my workout and I put my belt on and whatnot, I just constantly feel like I'm going to throw up. And obviously if you've saw most of my videos where you saw my 260 kilogram squat PR, I actually threw up just as I was going underneath the bar to attempt my squat. And through trial and error, what I found is that through drinking Powerades, I find it very easy to get good calories in, feel very hydrated and feel energy, but also it tends to be very light in my stomach. It doesn't make me feel sick, goes very easy and goes through my system easily, and allows me to perform as optimally as I could. And if you're like me where you kind of struggle to kind of keep food down, then that is something you should try. The day before, on this day, I woke up and I had my normal porridge for breakfast. So I had my oats and my peanut butter, much good protein in there, and I had that. But then throughout the day, all I did was simply drink Powerades and water. So I'd literally have like a pint of water and a bottle of Powerade, and I'd basically just drink one of each at the same time. And I went through about 7
in the course of this period leading up to this thing. And I know you might say that's very, very excessive, which it almost is, but what you need to understand is as well is that per Powerade only has 10 grams of carbs in it, so that's only 70 grams of carbs, and of course man takes 500 plus in this day, so in the grand scheme of things that amount of carbs is actually nothing. And I just feel that I tend to be very hydrated, and it allows me to perform at my absolute best. And at competitions as well, that is what I do. At my next competition, the 19th of April, I will basically just be stocking up on Powerades, as again, I don't really feel that I'll be able to eat much food or keep much food down at my competition. So instead of trying to force feed myself food and then feeling sick as a byproduct, I can simply just drink Powerades and even just put maybe some extra glucose powder in the Powerades to get some extra carbs in, and that is going to be light in my stomach and give me adequate calories, adequate glucose and adequate energy to do my job and hit hopefully a squat PR, a bench PR and a deadlift PR. So that's me just got my hotel booked for the Saturday night before my competition. The reason I've done that is because my competition obviously is in Dundee, which is about a 80 to 90 minute drive from where I live, so I don't want to be driving up in the morning before where the weigh-ins start at 8:30, which is when I'll be weighing in, as I feel that it's going to, that long drive up and also having to get up that early in the morning, I don't feel it's going to be most optimal for my performance. So I feel that simply just getting a B&B room in Dundee, which is only 5 minutes from the place I'm going to be lifting at the night before, is going to be a lot more optimal and just be able to give me a lot more rest and not have to worry about having to get up super early and driving up and what traffic's going to be like. So I'm going to go up the day before, be able to chill out all day, sleep over in a hotel. It's a cheap place, it's just a single room. Going to be going up actually with my client as well, who's also competing that day. He has his own room as well, so that's going to be fun as well. And overall, it just makes life a lot easier. So I'm pleased that that's it booked and that's out of the way. Luckily, there was still a room left. I get a room and I get Wi-Fi and I get a TV with channels, so that should keep me occupied as well. Just take my laptop up and I'll probably just edit videos the night before, and it'll just make life so much easier. So that's it, guys. This is the end of today. That means that pretty much the road to April is pretty much almost over. That was the last proper heavy session before my competition. I'm still squatting and benching on Friday and then front squatting and pause deadlifting on Saturday, but it's lighter weights, and obviously next week is the tapers going into the competition. I can't believe that it's almost over. It is absolutely flown in, but honestly I've absolutely loved this series. Really enjoyed this series. I've really enjoyed making it, and I've just tried to keep it as real with you guys as possible. I mean, I've showed you the ups in the training cycle, I've showed you the downs in the training cycle, like deadlifts last week. I've tried to provide as much real content as possible, telling you guys exactly how things are going, how things are feeling, and just taking you through the whole journey. And I've honestly enjoyed it so much, and I really hope you have. And if you're watching this point as well, please comment down below, let me know you're still watching. And it just means a lot. I've really enjoyed it. It's not quite an end yet, there's still a few more episodes to come, don't worry about that, but it's almost come to an end, and I've got some great ideas coming up after this competition. Realistically speaking, I'm probably not going to be competing again until August after this competition, but I've got some great ideas, some good things coming. There's going to be some big improvements to the channel as well that I won't speak about just now, I'll speak about after competition, but going to be some big improvements that I will need your input as well, but we'll talk about that later. Don't need to concern ourselves with this now. So again, like I said, if you're watching this point, just thank you so much for watching. I've really enjoyed this series, and there's been a lot of ups and there's been a lot of downs, and just one thing to think about, guys, is no matter how well something's going or how bad something's going, remember that you've just got to trust the process and just keep moving forwards, and eventually it will work out and it will go your way.
Would you ever forget anything you know? Take a chance to step outside.